was there something that happened in America one day that just made you realize that it wasn't for you anymore?
Yeah, good question. So I had, I'm a family man, so I was trying to create the environment for my family where we can go on walks and go enjoy ourselves, go to the park, and really do family things. And I was living in Nashville at the time, so my wife and I we went to a park. My wife, myself, and my son we went to a park one day, and at the time he was like I would say 6 to 8 months. And
Yeah.
we went to the park. I had my stroller. I'm pushing them. I'm walking. My wife going through postpartum. I'm trying to, be present. But yeah, we went to this
Wow.
park, man, and I tried to get my son and go enjoy our day. And we walking around pushing the stroller. And as I got back in the car, putting my stroller in the car and getting ready to leave, the park that we went to was an old plantation. So I already had mixed feelings about going there anyway, trying to enjoy myself at a former plantation. So we walked around, got in the car, and when the police came up as we were getting in the car and getting ready to go, so they flashed their light over at us. So I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, I ain't did nothing. So I'm about to pull off. I got my license. I got my registration. I'm good. I ain't hurt nobody. I'm with my family. I pull off. And he get behind me and like pull me over before I even leave the park
Wow.
and accuse me of like possibly stealing it and breaking in people's cars and stealing from people. And I'm with my son, with my family. I'm like, bro, it made me realize like no matter how much you try to tuck your black in, no matter where we try to go, like they still see us as a nigga. I don't care how tight you put your necktie or how you try to blend in, fix your English, but they still gonna see us the same way. So I couldn't keep my son in that environment knowing what I knew. And I saw Africa and I knew what was possible. I was like, nah, he don't
Right.
have to stay over here. I'm gonna take this chance and put him in a better environment. That was the main push.
Yeah. And I think a lot of parents, they have that question like, is me going to Africa going to help my kids or will it, deter my kids? Because we always get this image that Africa is poor, is
Yeah,
dangerous, don't go there,
yeah,
and it's hard to know anything else if that's all you've been told, and we're
yeah.
told a dream that America is the best place on earth. Like, why would you leave there?
Exactly. So
You
yeah,
know?
my son, it's been way better for us. My son already speaks 2 languages at 5. So
Wow.
he's fluent in Swahili and English. If we're in conversations in town, like he can translate for us now. He's the one that be talking for me sometimes now. So
Wow.
it's extremely beneficial, in my opinion. Depending on where you do it, I've known some parents have issues with teenagers and children that are a little bit older. So I'm
Mhm.
blessed to, I came when my son was not even 1 yet, and I had my daughter here. So they're African. They're more,
Yeah,
they're
that's
African,
beautiful.
man. Yeah.
Are they integrated into school? Like, how is your kids learning the language, just by community or school?
So mainly, honestly, it's been community as of late. Like our nanny, we got a nanny when we arrived, so she was very adamant about making sure that my son knew Swahili. So she
Wow.
would take him to the stores, make sure that he's learning, teaching him how to count and everything. So she laid a good foundation for us. But we're in the process we have homeschool right now where someone comes and teach them Swahili and everything and help them. But we're in the process of about to start school for them now.
That's another thing, like the education system, because there's going to be a lot of people that are, because of the Trump administration, that are really intrigued about Africa and just, thinking like you, like, we're just tired. We're tired of fighting. We're tired of begging. It doesn't matter how far we've come or how much we accomplished. They're never going to respect us here,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
why not go be in the motherland? I just feel like the biggest barrier for us is the discrimination. You know, I see
Yep.
that. Yeah, I see that you're starting businesses there. You're thriving. That's like the main thing that we're being held captive from. Is fully investing in ourselves and being entrepreneurs. So how has
Exactly.
that been since you've been there?
How has what? What was the question again? I'm
Like
sorry.
being able to invest in yourself and be an entrepreneur.
That's a good question. So I want to be completely honest. We yes, they hold us back in America, but I've learned through being here, we hold ourselves back more than anything.
Yeah.
It's more so of a limiting belief that we've chosen to believe. Like we believe that we are capable, so we don't actually move on the things that we're capable of doing. I've seen many people cripple themselves when they get here because they don't know the next step or they're afraid to take their next step and move further. Even me, I can be transparent and let y'all know, like, there's some times where I should have done things and been at a higher level than what I am now. But I've held myself back and not been as consistent as I'm supposed to be, and just had the limiting beliefs of fighting myself. So yes, they it's a barrier that they put in place, but it's more so mental now these days. Like we have access to like these type of conversations that you and I are having, high level conversations where people are talking about these type of things. So we
Yeah.
just have to act on them and believe it. We're just afraid of that more than anything. So
Yeah.
yes, we just have to overcome those limiting beliefs and take those chances. And it's been a great opportunity to be able to take advantage of these things that we have access to, and having the mindset and the knowledge that we have to see, like, oh, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this, I can do that. It
Mhm.
seems like a lot of opportunity, and not just seem like it is, but you just have to make sure you're doing what you are good at. Don't come over here and get big eyed and think, oh, I can do anything as long as I have the capital. Just put the money in it. Yes, that may work, but if you don't feel passionate about it, you're not
Mhm.
going to be able to grow it to the level that you want to. I've gotten into some ventures that I wasn't passionate about, thinking like, oh, I can make some money, we can do something. And
Right.
it was, yeah, what was in line for me. So you have to, there's a lot of opportunity, but you have to have tunnel vision for your specific situation that God and your path that God put you on.
Right. So do you
Yeah.
get questions a lot from the natives? Because it's like the Africans, their biggest dream is to leave their land and come to America. And then we're doing the opposite and we're trying to leave here and go there. So like do
Yeah.
you cross that a lot with people?
Yes. A lot of them do not believe me and understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. Well, I'm in Ubers and I would tell them, like, I'm from America, I've been here such and such time, and they're like, bro, you're stupid. Like, I will go. Like, can I go and take your place? I'm like, man, give me your citizenship. I'll stay here and build something over here. We can trade if you want to. So
Yeah.
they don't, a lot of them don't understand it, but some of them do, I must admit. Tell them, like, man, it's not what you think it is. I just try to reiterate the fact that George Floyd happens every day. Like,
Hmm.
that's the one that they reference and they remember. So I'm like, man, that's every day. That's just the one that y'all saw. And since then, there's been hundreds. So you going at your own risk. Like, it's a society that we don't need to be a part of. But some of them do get it. Some of them understand, and they're not even interested in going over there. They're trying to build over here. So there isn't like a big want, but there is some people that want it though.
Oh, okay.
The narrative is changing for sure. For sure.
I'm glad. I'm glad. I
Yeah.
mean, I see that you I have so many questions, but first let's talk about Burkina Faso because I love that you're covering that. I'm trying to cover it too. You know, my
Yeah.
problem is like trying to like build that bridge between Americans and having them tap into what's going on in Africa, you know, because it seems so
Yeah.
foreign to people. And it's like,
Yeah.
how do I get them
Yeah.
interested and understand how significant this is? You know,
Yeah.
like I can
Yeah.
tell them and they won't even like bat an eye. They're like, "Oh, that's nice," but I'm like, "You guys understand? Like, this is major." You know. So,
Yeah.
what do you think about what's going on over there?
I think what's going on in Burkina Faso is amazing, of course. The leadership and the risk that President Captain Ibrahim Traore has taken has, man, it's causing some major rifts across the continent of Africa on the ground over here. And I noticed they're not even talking about it over there. They're not mentioning it. It's like not even a thing in the news. If you mention his name, people don't even know him. So
Yep.
I think the way that I've learned that it's been able to reach people is you have to tie, unfortunately, some negativity into the title and into what you're talking about in order to draw our people in and get their attention. Because, we've been so programmed to not want to look into Africa unless it's something negative. Like, you could, like, hook them in with something negative, but give them the real about what's going on the ground. And that
Yeah.
way you'll be able to, find your particular niche and not audience and be able to help them and service them in that way. But it's millions of us, but people aren't, how can I say this? A lot of people just watching right now. So it's still a great opportunity and a great time to become an authority and be someone that they listen to if you do your due diligence and pay attention to the right people and the right stuff. But
Yeah.
it's a challenge in the beginning because people think we're crazy. They
Yeah.
like, man, what's wrong with you?
It's sad. Yeah, it's sad. I that's why I need to like team up with other Americans that are also on this path. You know, I want to go to Africa. I want to go this year. I'm just a little nervous because all the plane accidents. You know, I'm scared of heights. I'm scared of all that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that's something.
yeah, it's like why would that happen at the same time that there's probably a lot of Black Americans are trying to leave there. You know.
Yes, it's a lot of emails. I talk to a lot of people, sis, that's
Mhm.
interested in coming and trying to do this work. So there's many people that's on the same wavelength, but like you said, with the planes and the way things look on the media, it's very intimidating for sure. You gotta have some strong faith. The more time passes, the stronger your faith has to be to get on that plane to come over here.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, I'm glad I connected with you.
Yeah.
I'm just, yeah, I'm trying to muster it up. When's the best time to visit Africa and the seasons and all that?
So here where I am in Tanzania, they only have like 2 rainy seasons. And the rainy seasons aren't that bad, but they are kind of, it just depends on the time that you come. So anytime after like June, from June to like November, that's a good time. Yeah, from
Okay,
June to November is the best time.
that's the best for the East region, right? East Africa
Yeah,
region.
for Tanzania. I can't really speak on West Africa because I haven't been over there yet. So I can only, give information about here.
That's another thing I was going to ask you. What made you choose Tanzania?
Cause my wife had a dream. I think, did I mention this in the beginning?
Probably, but it wasn't recording at the beginning, so please, yeah.
Yeah. So initially, my wife had a dream that we were over here in Africa helping people, and in her dream, she saw the mountain of Kilimanjaro in the background. And at the time, we saw the president during the COVID pandemic and everything. The president John Magufuli, who was over here at the time, he was like, he wasn't going. He was standing boldly. He was letting them know, like, no, this is like not real. Like, I don't know what y'all doing. Y'all trying to play with people. We could just take our herbs and heal ourselves. And when he said that, we were like, oh, that's a bold man. He's standing up to the West. So let's go ahead and go over there and see what his country is about.
Wow.
So all that played into the factor, the decision for us to come here.
So has Tanzania been standing up against them, America? Like, are they taking business?
So that's a good question. Things have changed a little bit since he died while he was in office. Yeah, he died.
That's unfortunate, man.
Yeah, very unfortunate.
Why am I not surprised?
Right. Yeah, he died. And now there's a new president in office, and I've heard things have changed a little bit in terms of like partnerships and the way that the country has operated in terms of like working with them. So I can't give you too many details about it, which I should. I got to get more information, but things have changed a little bit.
Right.
Yeah. It's not as a hard no as it was at first, for sure.
Right. So Tanzania, is it like close to Congo and Rwanda? Because I know there's a lot of a lot of stuff going on with Congo and Rwanda. And I know Tanzania is over there, right?
Yeah, it's on the coast. You have to if you come from the coast, you have to go through Tanzania to get to those countries. Yeah.
It's like what's on the news over there, pertaining to what's going on in the Congo and Rwanda?
So a lot of people, that's like common knowledge in a way. People know what's going on. Yeah. People understand who's playing the game, who's a part of the game, and who's the reason behind why things are going the way that they are. So that's the sentiments of the people on the ground here and on the news. So they're just wishing people would stay out of their business and, let them develop and do what they can with each other. Yeah.
I heard like a lot of countries are taking suit, following suit, how Ibrahim Traore is stopping the minerals for being extracted from its country. And I heard a lot of countries are starting to take suit. Is that really what's going on over there?
Yeah, I know there's with Ibrahim Traore, where he is right now over in West Africa. He's the president of Burkina Faso. There's Niger, and there's also what's the next country? Niger and
Mali.
Mali. Thank you, Mali. Yeah, so all of them has formed a coalition basically where they're working together and trying to basically do what Ibrahim Traore is doing, but together. They're trying to form and lock arms and do what the West African nations are trying to. Where they have formed a coalition. I don't want to call it a coalition. It's like
it's like a passport thing, right? Like it went away with the ECOWAS passport, so it's like a AES passport. Yeah, that's how I can think about it.
Yeah, the passport is just one aspect of it, but yeah, they're trying to form something together where they can combat what they've been dealing with from the Western powers. Because believe it or not, when they initially took their stand against the French, they blocked off the borders and everything and wouldn't allow them to get some of their but their goods into the country. So when they did that, and some of the Western countries decided that they were going to attempt to go into Burkina Faso and attempt to overtake Ibrahim Traore, but the other two countries said, if you come into here, you fighting all of us, basically. So they're coming and they're waking up. There's more and more leaders stepping up and using their platform to really sound the alarm, because everybody knows what time it is. Everybody feels it in their spirit, but everybody's just waiting to see who's going to sacrifice and stand up. A lot of people scared.
I know. That's why I'm glad they're coming together, because I really feel like that's gonna make them stronger. You know, because I know like there's gonna be a lot of like people a lot of countries are gonna try to fight this. So them standing together, great. I didn't even realize how much the French depended on the African continent for their economy.
They're not the only one.
Who else?
They're not the only one.
Who, I know the UK is like one of them. What about Ghana though? I know Ghana has like the year of return, and a lot of Americans. There's like a Black community over there, right?
Say that again.
Ghana, because I know you went to Tanzania, but did you ever consider Ghana because of the year of return initiative?
Honestly, no. Like, we never felt a pull and a desire to go to Ghana. We just never felt it.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's just pretty much a spiritual thing, a spiritual connection, right?
Exactly.
So you I know a lot of people, and yourself included, they call the U.S. Babylon. Tell me a little bit more about that.
So we feel like America is just modern day Babylon. You can live out all your lustful desires and go and live within your lower self and get rewarded for it. That's the only place where you can really get rewarded for being ratchet and ignorant. So the way that you can, just call it what it is. You can do whatever your heart desires from a lustful standpoint. So that's just one aspect of it. And the way that they have the system set up to where they perpetually put us in a position to be servants within that society. Like, it's not in our face. We don't have chains on us, but just the way that it's set up for us to continue to serve the system and continue to push it forward. It's like they're using our labor and our energy to push it forward. Like, anytime we protest, anytime we ask to be a part of it, anytime we fight for it, we're still fighting to kill ourselves, basically. So yeah, we feel like it's Babylon because of those aspects, and the spiritual side as well. It's like so much negativity and negative energy and spirits that's being directed towards us. And the scriptures talks about how, nothing can be done to us unless we allow it to be done. Like, we have to be in agreement with what the evil spirits want to do. So by us continuing to stay in that environment, continuing to vote, continuing to beg to be a part of it, you get what you asking for. Yeah. So that's why we feel like it's Babylon.
Yeah, I feel like we should just do like a real like huge initiative where Black Americans make this type of like pact that we invest in Africa in some way, even if we can't move there. Like, let's start putting our energy over here. Like, every time we get a no over here for something, let's make it a yes in Africa.
Yep. Because there's a lot of yeses over here. People need the investment dollars, so they're looking for opportunities. Just got to have the capital. Right.
That's the problem. I want to figure it out some way or somehow, and I'm just glad that I have a friend now that is on, got the boots on the ground over there.
Yeah, I got you, sis.
I appreciate it. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I do have like one more question. I know you're an ambassador to Africa, right? How did you get involved with that?
So honestly, through the consistency of posting content.
Okay.
So I learned content, and I really put a lot of my focus and energy on tailoring my messages so that it can reach my people. Yeah. So by me consistently doing that, somebody from the African Union saw one of my viral posts. So they saw one of my viral posts, and then they reached out to me and invited me to an event because they looked at the body of work that I was doing based off of that viral post. So when they saw that I was over here making things happen and connecting people and helping people invest, rebuild, and return over here, they realized that I was doing some of the work that the African Union was trying to incentivize anyway. So they just asked me if I would like to come and be an ambassador to help usher in the Africa we want for Agenda 2063. So there's a lot of initiatives that they have in place. So now I'm able to work with the African Union hand in hand to really bring these things into place and help some of our people get over here. So now I can be a voice inside of the African Union to sort of get policies changed and really connect with those who can move things and help us on a grand scale. So from being consistent in content and just showing up even when I didn't feel like it and didn't feel like I was worthy.
Yeah, that's the key.
Yeah, I didn't even have to apply. It was just given to me, honestly.
That's wonderful. I'm trying to get there too. Like being consistent on social media is harder than it looks. It definitely is.
Man, for real. Yeah.
I condemn you for that.
Thank you, thank you,
Thank
thank you.
you.
You just gotta.
Yeah.
One thing that helped me to realize, what helped me to start being consistent, is I start interacting with more content that gave me tips on how to do better content.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of just looking at videos and laughing all the time, I would like and save certain things that taught me about hook, taught me about story formatting, taught me about psychology, taught me about those type of things. And then that knowledge was translated into my content. And then I was able to, like, now I've learned the formula to go viral. I know what to say and do now in order to tap certain emotions to go viral. So it pays off. You just got to put the time in,
Right.
dedicate yourself to it, and it'll pay off.
So are you like what's your number one source of income now that you're in Tanzania and not in America?
So my wife and I, we have an all natural wellness company. My wife is an herbal practitioner and a student midwife, so she knows how to make natural products. So we have our shop here in Africa, and we service people around the local area here. So we do that, and we also do YouTube as well. I get paid from YouTube and pretty much consultations too. And I'm looking to start coaching services, and I'm creating an ebook. Excuse me, yes, son. As soon as I finish, we're gonna go. Let me finish the conversation. Go and play.
We're almost done, I promise.
Yeah. But yeah, we have our herbal wellness business, YouTube and Instagram, and I have an ebook right now, and I'm about to launch a course where I'm helping people transition over here, and another ebook as well.
That's wonderful. Oh yeah, one last question about land. How do people acquire land over there?
So here in East Africa, Tanzania for sure, they don't allow us to own land in our name. So unfortunately, on paper, they still consider us to be foreigners.
Mm-hmm.
So here we have to have a business set up with a local as a majority shareholder within your business in order for you to get land in your business name. Now, with having that local as a majority shareholder, it's not to like take your business from you or like not have you run your business. It's just a way to protect the assets and the minerals here on the continent in this particular country. So they notice that a lot of people were not treating things properly and doing things wrong. So they put this in place in order to help the local people take advantage of the opportunities and also the investors too. So it's something that they have in place right now. So you have to have a local on your business, and that way you can get land over here. And you can be a shareholder within the business. So if you come over here and you join a business that's already set up, and then you become a shareholder, then you can put that land in your business name. But my goal now, as someone that works with the African Union, is to get that changed and get that, fixed at some point where we can get land in our name too. But we got to be ready to work for that. So that's something that's on our agenda for the work that I have to do. For
So
sure.
is that to like own a home or to own land for your business?
That's just land for your business. No, land for you to live on. Like if you
Oh,
want to have somewhere to live, you have to have that land in the business name.
I see. Well, thank you, Tim. I know you're busy, and you've taken just an honor of mine to talk to you today. I really do appreciate it. It's like way later over there. So you. Any last words? Anything you want to tell the people?
I would say, if you're thinking about making this journey to Africa, if you're thinking about trying to do this thing, do it. Don't worry about who's coming with you, who believe in you, who think you're crazy. Don't worry about none of that. Just do what you have to do to get over here. There's healing over here, and there's opportunity over here for us as a people. But you just have to come over here and take a chance and take advantage of it. Don't let fear stop you. Don't let fear cripple you. And it's gonna be difficult. I'm not gonna lie and say it's easy. You come over here, you healed, and it's figured out. No, you still got to work. You still got to come over your limiting beliefs, and you still have to put the work in. So just focus and do what you need to do, and make the strategic investments and make the necessary moves in order to get it done. Invest in the right information, invest in the right coaching, the right teachers, the right people. Like if you're watching people doing content, invest in them. They'll help you. You'll scratch years off of your work if you listen or go get coaching or understanding from someone else. There's many of us on here in many countries. We help a lot of us, some of us in Ghana, some of us here in Tanzania, some of us in Zanzibar, South Africa. So if you're watching a content creator and they're sacrificing their life, not just me, anybody that you watch, and they are helping you get to another country, invest in them and see how easier it'll be on your journey and your process. So yeah, use each other. Let's help each other get to this next level. And that's why I was grateful to hop on this call with you. I'm grateful to, invite people to this space so we can help each other and get more people out there, because there's no competition in this. We all trying to escape hell. So lock arms, let people stay in their lane, put people on when they need to be put on, help people out, and we're gonna be all right. So yeah, we gotta focus when coming over here to Africa and don't have fear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, Tim. Thank you so much for that. I hope we can reconnect and do another one of these in maybe a month or so and catch up.
Hit me up for sure. I'm always down to work. Let me know.
All right, Tim. Have a good day.
All right,
and God
Tim.
bless you and
You
your
too.
family.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.